Okay, we're gonna try to hurry this up. It's me again, week 5. We wanted to go ahead and just give you a preview, if you will. My predictions. Okay, one game's already gone off, the Thursday night game. We are already in the middle or at the beginning of the noontime games, so I'm just gonna briefly or quickly go over this week's games. Okay, the first game, Arizona versus San Francisco. Arizona was a 3.5 point favorite, over under 43. Arizona takes this one 33-21. I guessed Arizona was going to win. I've been high on Arizona for the longest time. Even on the road, they easily take this one against San Francisco, putting up 21 points. They go over. Arizona looking to come back. Their defense, I believe, scored a few points. So, man, their defense is, giving up 21 points is not good, but they also did help by putting up some points. San Francisco, their running game looks pretty strong. I don't really believe in Gabbert myself, but that's just how their team is looking so far. Okay, then we're going to go into the noon games right now quickly. These games have already gone off, so, if you're I hope you're not gambling, first of all, especially now with the rent money. These games have already gone off. I'm just going to go in what I think, so just to record them, and then sometime during the week, we'll see how I did. Houston at Minnesota. Minnesota -7, over under of 38. That has actually shifted. These teams are defensive teams. Minnesota, I went ahead and took Minnesota with giving up those points and over because that's a very low over-under. Yes, I know they're defensive teams, but that's just what I think. We'll see if that happens. Minnesota's offense is looking more than adequate, which is the big surprise. The defense is always, the defense is the defense. I'm just high on Minnesota right now. They're looking really good. I think they're playing excellent ball. Most teams get better as they go along, especially right now when you haven't recorded any key injuries. Tennessee at Minnesota. Tennessee at Minnesota. The game is Miami -3. Actually, it's gone down to 2.5. So I'm thinking that Tennessee will pull this one off. Upset, probably straight up win. But I'm taking Tennessee plus 2.5 points. 44 is kind of a low over-under, so I think we'll go over. Just that I don't really think Miami's going to be doing much. The hurricane weather might be a factor. I doubt it. I think it's already passed. But for that only reason, it might be an under game. Maybe it's still wet out there. Who knows? But that's my pick. New England -10.5 against the Cleveland team, which I've already discussed. Pretty pathetic. The only winners team in the NFL so far. Tennessee, I believe, will take this even with the 10-point spread. 48 is a pretty high over/under, but I think that New England will come up with those points maybe by themselves. Well, maybe not. But if Cleveland wants to keep up, they're gonna have to put up their own points, which will push it over. New York Jets at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh -9.5. These two lines are the biggest lines in football this week. The Giants also have a pretty big line Green Bay has a pretty big line against Giants. I wouldn't touch that game if I was gambling. Those teams are pretty similar. Biggest line, survivor pool way. New England, if you haven't already taken them, they're gonna win. I don't know if they'll win by 10, but they certainly will win for sure. Pittsburgh as well. I think they're at home. I think they're gonna take this one too as well. 50 is the over/under for some reason. I don't think it's gonna go over. But Pittsburgh playing well. The Jets playing not as well. But I think Pittsburgh's gonna beat them by more than 9.5. Washington at Baltimore. This should be a great game. I wish I could see it. It's not on free TV. If I get out to an establishment to check it out, I might do that. But I'm just really tired. I'll probably just end up catching the highlights. That one does interest me pretty good though. Baltimore -4, 44.5 over/under. So I think Baltimore wins this one by more than 4.5, and it probably will go over/under since it's a low over/under or just about right smack dab in the middle of the over/under. Philadelphia at Detroit. Um, Detroit getting a 3.5 point line, 46 over/under. I like Philadelphia all over Detroit. Philadelphia will take it. I'm going to say this is the lock of the week. Philadelphia will beat them, and they'll beat them outright. Probably by like more than 7. That's what I think. And 46, I mean, it should go over. I believe so. Just the way I feel. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I'm not an expert. I'm an amateur, just like you guys. But that's just how I feel about that one. Chicago at Indianapolis. Indianapolis 4.5. Actually, it's just regular 4. No hook on this one anymore. 47.5 over/under. It may stay under, but I'm going to go with the over. Indianapolis -4. I'm taking Indianapolis, even though, and they're at home. Chicago just not looking so good, even though they did win last week. So I think Indiana will win outright, and by more than 4. Okay, the afternoon games. Atlanta at Denver. Denver looking strong. The line is Denver -4. I did take Denver 45 over/under, 45 over. So I took over. Denver -half over is what I picked. Atlanta's offensive team, but I don't think they're going to be able to keep up or put up that many points. Being Denver is so tough on defense. Buffalo at Los Angeles. For some odd reason, I like Buffalo to win this one, even though they are a road team. I took the line is 2.5, so Los Angeles by 2.5, 39. Should went up to 41, so I think it will go over, and I think Buffalo will keep it close, if not win. On the road, so I took Buffalo +2.5 and the over. San Diego to Oakland. Fireworks in this one, I bet. This one is probably going to be a good game to watch. It's a West Coast game. They probably will not have it on my free TV over here. So I would like to watch that game. Over/under of 51 points. Oakland -3.5 points. I think Oakland will win this game by more than 3.5 points. And if they do, a big statement game for them. I think that this will be their coming out party. People will start noticing Oakland is a real deal here, but they got to win against a San Diego team. It traditionally has been pretty strong, so it is a divisional game, so I like that game. I wish I could watch that game later on this afternoon. Cincinnati at Dallas. Cincinnati is getting 2.5. Is favored by 2.5 points. Over/under 45. I took this game early for some reason. I just think Dallas is riding some sort of high wave, so I picked Dallas with a point way early. 45 over/under. So I think it's going to go over, and Dallas wins by 1 point. We'll see about that one, right? Not that confident about my pick, but that's what I picked. New York Giants at Green Bay. I got the Giants. The Green Bay is favored by 7.5. They are at Lambeau Field. 48 is the over/under. I picked the Giants to keep it close, so I think Green Bay will win, but I think the Giants will keep it exceptionally close and will go over. So I got the Giants plus at the 7 points. The last game, the Monday night game, is Tampa Bay at Carolina. Carolina's probably fuming mad. I mean, they're not supposed to be this bad record-wise, and they're going up against a Tampa Bay team that doesn't look so good. So I think they're going to bounce back pretty good and beat them pretty good. Over/under is 45.5. Carolina is favored by 5. I think Carolina wins by more than 5, but not much more than 5. And 45.5. It should go over, in my opinion. And there you have it. Those are my picks for the week. Now, I did put down here that Cam Newton is officially ruled out in this game. I went ahead and picked it anyway with Carolina minus the 5 points. That was the line that I just took about a few seconds ago, so that's pretty accurate in Vegas. So it shows that either with or without Cam Newton, Carolina's still expected to win. It's a divisional game. The Bucks are 1-2. The Panthers are 1-2. It'll be interesting to see, just from the divisional rivalry standpoint on that game. See what the Carolina does without their superstar. Um, so, again, I'm not too confident on that pick, given that a quarterback is a big part of a football offense. But I still stand by my pick. Carolina should win by more than 5. All right, I'll see you guys later on this week. We'll see what happens with my picks, and yeah, that's it.